There's currently a feature in development that will soon be added to the Kaspa network that has been greatly overlooked by the entire community. Everyone is raving about the soon-to-be smart contracts and the upcoming Crescendo hard fork, but no one is talking about DagKnight, which if you look on the Kaspa website is currently in the development stage. With the current sorting consensus on Kaspa being the DagKnight Protocol, an ordering protocol that orders all blocks on the network in a DAG-like structure, allowing them to be processed in parallel, thereby increasing the rate of validation and ultimately the speed of the transactions on the network. DagKnight is the evolution of the DagKnight Protocol, aiming to improve its security and speed without compromising on decentralization. But how does it improve upon an already powerful piece of tech? And does this new implementation offer even more potential gains in the coming alt season? Before I go on, make sure you subscribe to the HODLverse YouTube channel and leave a like and a comment on this video. It's free and you can always change your mind later on. DagKnight Protocol is a highly complex protocol and would take hours to fully explain, so this video will only cover the basics of it, but the white paper will be linked down below for anyone who wants to give it a further read. DagKnight, like its predecessor, operates on a DAG structure rather than a linear single chain structure of blocks, allowing blocks to be created and confirmed simultaneously. Originally, the DagKnight Protocol would favor the heaviest chain, i.e. the block with the highest proof of work, which means the most computational effort behind it. It would order all other blocks based on this weight, prioritizing the heaviest blocks in the chain. The problem with this is that with DagKnight, a miner can withhold blocks from the chain and release them selectively, altering the heaviest subtree selection. This is known as selfish mining, where a miner can inflate the weight of their tree by selective release of blocks mined. As you can tell, this can potentially compromise the security of the network if a miner is able to manipulate the DAG in this way. That's where DagKnight comes in. Rather than favoring only the heaviest subtree, DagKnight allocates the main chain based on not just which one is the heaviest, but also which one has offered a greater contribution to the network's security. For example, by penalizing blocks that have arrived on-chain suspiciously late, and favoring more timely released blocks to discourage selfish mining, and giving more weight to blocks that are well connected in the DAG. Another way in which DagKnight is superior to DagKnight is by its finality guarantees, meaning that with the DagKnight protocol, once a transaction is finalized on the network, it's highly unlikely that it will ever be reversed, preventing tampering and ultimately improving network security. This is done with the aforementioned DAG structure. In this case, when a transaction is referenced by a large portion of the DAG in question, a much higher finality score will be assigned to it by the DagKnight protocol and it'll be finalized immediately, leading to a much faster rate of finality at 1 to 5 seconds. And another feature of DagKnight that makes it unique is its adaptation to network latency rather than having a set confirmation threshold. Now, what does this mean, you might be asking? First of all, the issue of latency. Blocks that arrive at different times due to difference in network latency can lead miners who have faster connections to be favored, leading to a centralization effect, the opposite of what Kaspa stands for. DagKnight's solution to this is to penalize blocks that would arrive unusually late, in the case of selfish mining, to discourage the act, but also to give fair consideration to blocks that arrived later as a result of network congestion, thereby creating a fair outcome for all miners. And under the events of high latency, transactions can oftentimes be finalized too soon without thorough consideration, leaving room for security compromises. DagKnight solves this by adjusting finality thresholds to ensure that all transactions remain securely finalized. The concepts of DagKnight that we've covered so far cover all aspects of the trilemma: security, scalability, and speed. DagKnight would bring improvement to these solutions that Kaspa already has to the trilemma, making Kaspa even more of a fast, secure, and scalable layer 1 than it already is. Like I said previously in the video, the white paper to the DagKnight Protocol will be linked in the description, as from what I've said so far, it's only scratched the surface of what the DagKnight Protocol is capable of. Despite this, DagKnight is still a highly overlooked portion of the stages of Kaspa development. And I think we need to see a lot more videos brought to YouTube by the community speaking about this subject, because it really is a powerful upgrade that will soon be brought to the network. But with that being said, That will mark the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It's free and you can always change your mind at any time. And never forget, health is wealth. You cannot buy health the way you could buy crypto. Always take care of your mind and body. And if you are holding Kaspa or any other cryptocurrency, make sure you are holding it safely and securely on a hardware wallet like the Tangem wallet. If you use the link in the description, you can get 10% off your order for either 2 or 3 cards or a Tangem ring, which you can get. Well, on that note, thank you so much for watching and have a good day.